When you think of communism, you think of places like the Soviet Union. Leading Russia was Joseph Stalin. Stalin strengthened Vladimir Lenin's ideas of communism and put them into play. Because of Stalin, Russia struggled for decades without freedom and independence. The year was 1966 in Russia, and Leonid Brezhnev was in power. He was the leader of the Communist Party in Russia for 18 years. That is more than 2 times as many years as an American president can have in power. Being in charge for that many years shows that leaders in Russia had huge power and influence, and they can't just be brushed aside. Under Brezhnev's power, no one was free. They didn't have freedom of speech. Brezhnev supported and maintained Joseph Stalin's rules and influence over Russia. However, Leonid Brezhnev himself didn't do anything. He was a puppet, meaning things were done for him and all he did was take credit for it. In 1982, he died. The people were forced to cry and display sadness in public, even though everyone was happy. Brezhnev, however, was not the last bad ruler. A couple followed after. All of them were very old and most died in office. The next leader changed everything. Mikhail Gorbachev was the 8th and last leader of the Soviet Union. Gorbachev was a very educated man and much more proactive and younger than the previous leaders. Gorbachev had a plan for the future. It was led by 2 big ideas: perestroika and glasnost. Perestroika, rebuilding the economy in Russia. This rule reorganized the party of elite that would bring younger voices to the forefront. It would also make Russia begin to move towards a hybrid communist capitalist system like modern China. Glasnost, freedom of speech in Russia. This rule addressed the personal restrictions of the Soviet people. It also gave the Soviet people a voice they were free to express. These reforms made by Mikhail Gorbachev quickened the fall of the Soviet Union. Gorbachev banned all Communist Party activity on Russian soil. Obviously, growing up in Soviet Russia was not easy for my mom. My mom dreamed of moving to the free country of America, but unfortunately she was stuck in Russia due to the current laws. When Gorbachev came into power, he finally allowed people to travel outside the country. As Gorbachev opened the gates to the rest of the world, little bits of American culture seeped into Russia. Places like Pizza Hut, McDonald's, and Baskin-Robbins were very famous in Russia. Trying American food was crazy to them. Luckily at the time, my parents just graduated college. They studied in Moscow State University to be biologists. My dad was accepted into the Columbia PhD program in molecular biology, and my mom was accepted into the genetics program in Cold Spring Harbor. It only takes one leader to change everything. It only takes one leader to save and make everyone's life better. Mikhail Gorbachev was this leader, and he saved my parents from a communist world.